Hi, this is Become Rich Project, day number 24, diary entry number 10. Today's goals, I'd like to cover some news and research, check current trades, see how we're going and update the workbook, and go through some lessons learned. And thirdly, check for some online trading tools before trading in NASDAQ. Let's have a look at what's in the news today. In Australia, it seems like property market might be a good investment for later. This might be a good analysis. Let's take a look. As power prices crash below zero, don't expect it to show up on your bill. There seems to be a struggle between big coal generators and renewable power generators. In terms of forecasting, for me that means stay away from electricity companies for the time being. Next. My internet's a bit slow today. Business. Woolies surprising plan for unused bread. Anchors stunning on-air outburst. How is that to do with anything business? I like technology businesses, so let's stick to that. Uber engineer charged with stealing. Microsoft listening in to Skype calls. Not surprised. How the Foxtel Netflix deal will revolutionize TV. Explosive spat over $179 phones. 408 million question Elon Musk can't answer. Tesla sold a record number of cars last quarter, but the sales mask a bigger problem and one that Elon Musk is running out of excuses to explain. From a forecasting perspective, it means stay away from Tesla. Next, NAB facing $500 million in fines. Okay, stay away from NAB at the moment. Westpac's $1.8 million stuff up. Adani cleared to start constructing mine. As much as I don't want to say my political views regarding the Adani mines, it looks like a go-ahead for them means better in shares. Scrolling down, manufacturing, media, other industries. Bit boring today, to be honest. Let's have a look at some NASDAQ news. Tokyo Century to buy rest of aviation capital for about $3 billion. Ooh! Let's have a look at that. Opening new tab. What else? Into shares set to rise on report of private equity bid. Let's have a look at that too. Scrolling down, upcoming market events. Since we're on this page, and this is the first time I'm showing myself going onto this website, in terms of NASDAQ news, this is where I get them from. news.nasdaq.com. In terms of latest news, you can see it from here. 2 days ago, 3 hot stocks to buy in September. I look at 2 tech companies and a dividend darling. Not really that interested. I tend to go to technology a lot. So let's look at technology. This ad is really annoying me. Why is PCG down 45% since last earnings report? Let's take a look. Ads. A month has gone by since the last earnings report for PG&E. Shares have lost about 45% in that time frame, underperforming the S&P 500. PG&E Corporation reported adjusted operating earnings per share of $1.10 in second quarter 2019, which surpassed the Zacks consensus estimate of 97 cents by 13.4%. The bottom line, however, declined 5.2% from the year-ago quarter's figure. Interesting. Outlook. Estimates have been trending upward for the stock, and the magnitude of this revision indicates a downward shift. Notably, PG&E has a Zacks rank number 3 hold. We expect an inline return from the stock in the next few months. Something to watch out for because most likely will rebound depending on what they do in the next month or two. Tokyo Century to buy rest of aviation capital for about $3 billion. When? So this is reported today. Tokyo Century Corp said on Monday it will turn US aircraft leasing firm Aviation Capital Group, Packlet.ul, into a wholly owned subsidiary by buying the 75.5% stake it does not already own for about $3 billion from Pacific Life Insurance Co. When is the question here? So I think it's worth watching Tokyo Century Corp. That would mean the value of the company will increase when it is confirmed that they're actually purchasing that 75.5%. Into shares set to rise on report of private equity bid. Again, the question here is when. It is reporting September 9. Shares in Into Properties are expected to jump as much as 10% on Monday, which is today. Pre-market indicators showed after the Times reported that private equity firm Orion Capital Managers was mulling a buyout of the British shopping centre operator. Okay, I think it's a little bit too soon for me to be purchasing any shares at NASDAQ for the purpose of this project, but it's good to know what's coming up in the next couple of months. For research purposes, let's check our current trades. Logging into ComSec, portfolio, accounts. Okay, so it's just gonna stay like that for a while. Let's look at IOOF shares because that's really our next purchase. Wow, it's at $5.75. Imagine if we had purchased those shares instead of Midway Limited. That would have been a really good investment. But that's hindsight for you. Let's take a look at the workbook. If we had purchased IOOF Holdings Limited shares of $5.12 when we had the chance, it is now trading at $5.75. That's quite a gain. Even if we delete the dividends, that's a 10% increase in value. Lesson learned. So that's actual trades for you. These are just forecasts. At the moment it's trading at $5.75. Let's look at $5.70. Putting back the 19 cents. Next tab, YouTube updated. Would really need to do that here. But we don't have any more funds, so we can't really purchase that anymore. This is diary number 10. Let's see how we go. Actions. Miscellaneous is what we're after. I've placed these two diary ideas as TBD and on hold because they're just ideas. Explaining why dividends is the bread and butter of profit, we've somehow already completed that, and I don't really want to go through in too much details on why dividends are important because Google. So let's close that. Compound interest calculation for forecasting. That's still a pretty good idea to do, so I'll have that stay. I can't think of any actions to do right now because I'm lazy. Next. I haven't gone through the risk log yet either, and I'm gonna skip it because I'm lazy. Same with issues log because I've only really got half an hour to do this right now. Decisions. Haven't got anything to add at the moment, so I'm just gonna leave that the way that is. Assumptions, nothing to add either. Next. Lessons. Right, we've learned a very valuable lesson in terms of IOOF because it literally jumped nearly $1 per share, and that would have been a good profit margin for a starter like this project with minimal capital. I'm not sure how to word it yet, but indecisiveness and I don't know. It's a lesson that needs to be learned, so I really need to put that in writing as a reminder. TBD for now. Let's look at tools for NASDAQ. One of the best brokers in terms of trading in the US, Ameritrade does come up quite a bit. So let's have a look. Ameritrade website provides free tools and platforms. From what I'm told, all we have to do is sign up, then we'll get access to the tools and platforms. So after searching online, because I have done research prior to this, I feel like that Ameritrade would provide me the right tools in order to find the ex-dividend dates coming up for whatever companies that are trading in NASDAQ before I make decisions. And also, in order to make informed decisions before I actually purchase shares of a particular company. The reason why we need this tool is because although I'm using Stake as the platform to purchase those shares, it does not provide sufficient tools and information in order to make well-informed executive decisions to purchase company shares and at the right time and price. Scrolling down through tools and platforms on the Ameritrade website, it somewhat gives you an idea of what it looks like, and they've also got the application working on mobile. Here's another show and tell of what it will look like in terms of the Ameritrade platform. Here's some comparison between Ameritrade and 3 other brokers: E-Trade, Fidelity, and Schwab. By now you're probably wondering, why did I not sign up on Ameritrade and why am I using Stake? Really easy question to answer. 1, I'm in Australia, and 2, Ameritrade has brokerage fee of $6.95 per trade, and that's in US dollars. I'm going to be signing up on Ameritrade simply so that I can download the tools required to trade in NASDAQ so that I can make informed decisions before I start purchasing shares on the platform Stake. That's really all the time I have right now for this. In tomorrow's video, I think what I'll do is have a first look in downloading those tools from Ameritrade. Going back into the 3 goals, we've done some news and research, check up on the current trades, and updated the workbook. Lessons learned, work in progress. We've also had a look at some online trading tools for NASDAQ. I've just realized that this is not down there. Anyways, that's it for today. Bye.